Hello, everyone, and thank you for visiting my channel. Today, I want to talk about what you should do if you ever run out of money while you're in the Philippines. Steps you can take to get back on your feet. Stay tuned. Running out of money in a foreign country is stressful enough on its own. But when children are involved, especially with a Filipino partner, responsibility multiplies. Unlike a bachelor who can leave quietly, a man with kids must consider their well being, the mother's situation, and his obligations. The question becomes, what can an expat realistically do if he can no longer provide but still needs to protect his family? When an expat runs out of money, the immediate priority is to secure funds and manage existing financial commitments. This requires quick action and the use of available resources. One of the first steps an expat can take is to contact family and friends for financial support. Consular officers can help U.S. citizens connect with family, banks, or employers to arrange funds transfers. While embassies or consulates usually do not give direct financial aid, they can help with communication. Another alternative you can use if family members or friends aren't able to help you is open a line of credit online. If your credit history is good, this might be an option to access money fast. If you have valuables on you, such as gold rings, chains, or necklaces, you could always go to the local pawn shop to sell them for quick cash. If you have other items that are not gold, such as electronics or other assets that can be sold fast, you could sell those online, like Facebook Marketplace, Shopee, or whatever marketplace here in the Philippines. U.S. citizens traveling abroad who face serious financial hardship might qualify for emergency financial assistance through a program set up by the U.S. government, especially if you are a U.S. veteran. Although mainly for U.S. residents, some government programs and grants for financial help could offer guidance or indirect support. These include programs for living expenses like food stamps, SNAP, welfare, TANF, rent assistance, and LIHEAP, LIHEAP. Grant watch lists grants for professionals, organizations, and low income individuals facing difficulties. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program provides funding to local governments to help families unable to pay rent. Various county offices, such as General Assistance, may offer short term financial aid for residents in extreme hardship. An expat with children from a Filipino partner must know their legal rights and responsibilities, especially regarding parental authority, custody, and support. In the Philippines, if the parents are married, both the father and mother share legal guardianship over their child's property if the child is not emancipated. The Supreme Court has ruled that overseas Filipino workers do not lose parental authority and can even have sole custody of their children. Child support is a legal obligation for both parents under the family code. The family is responsible for informing the Bureau of Immigration to include the child's name in official travel documents. As a foreign parent of a Filipino child, an expat might be eligible for a balikbayan visa, which grants certain privileges. If the deceased parent is a Filipino or dual citizen, inheritance laws in the Philippines concerning wills, heirs, and other property matters will apply. The legal framework may vary for unmarried parents. If an expat's Filipino partner is married to someone else, there could be complications regarding the expat's ability to adopt the child or for the child to leave the Philippines without written consent from the legal parents or guardians. It's important to understand that in Filipino culture, acceptance and love often involve financial support, and the Filipino partner may need to reassure her extended family that her new husband is not solely responsible for supporting everyone. Expat and serious relationships with Filipinas should be prepared for the possibility of having children, as this is often expected. Getting back on one's financial feet after hardship requires a structured approach to managing money and making informed decisions. Research the cost of living in the Philippines thoroughly, including essentials like food, local transport, utilities, clothing, and housing. Unexpected setup costs, such as buying a car or furniture, can significantly impact your relocation budget. The first step in any savings plan is to create a budget of your monthly income and average monthly expenses, helping you determine how much is needed for necessities and how much you can save. Keep records of spending habits using apps or other tools to identify where your money goes. Next, build an emergency fund. Aim for covering 6 to 12 months of expenses to ensure financial stability abroad. Prioritize paying off high interest debts in either your home country or the Philippines. Open local and offshore bank accounts. Having a local bank account in your home country helps manage local income and expenses without constant currency conversions. Consider an offshore account for savings, investing, and managing money efficiently while abroad. Many expats find international or offshore accounts useful, and some digital current accounts can be opened remotely. Do not close your home country accounts too quickly. Keeping these accounts active can assist you with bill payments, maintaining credit scores, and serving as a backup for expenses back home. Be aware that some banks may close accounts for non residents due to regulatory changes, so check policies beforehand and have alternatives ready. Expats often juggle financial commitments in different currencies, affected by fluctuating exchange rates. Consider foreign exchange solutions that allow you to lock in an exchange rate for a period to reduce risk. Using a multi currency wallet can also prevent repeated conversions. Banks often have poor exchange rates and hidden fees for international transfers. Specialized currency providers generally offer more competitive rates, fee free transfers, and tools like forward contracts or rate alerts to edge against rate swings. Test small transfers before transferring large sums. Stay informed about exchange rate drivers. Understand how factors like interest rates and inflation impact currency values. Invest wisely. U.S. financial markets provide global investment access and liquidity, typically with lower fees compared to many other developed markets. Investing in U.S. registered investments helps expats avoid punitive taxes on passive foreign investment companies. Long-term investors in U.S. securities can benefit from lower capital gains tax rates and deferred taxation. Diversify investments. Applicants should consider a diversified, multi currency portfolio of global assets, especially if uncertain about long term residency. Spreading investments across different regions helps reduce risk. Expats need to understand how to effectively use foreign tax advantage retirement accounts, such as IRAs, Root IRAs, and SEPs, to supplement their retirement savings. It is essential to understand the tax treatment of U.S. retirement accounts in the country of residence. For self employed expats, individual 401k plans can allow for deferring significant self employment income from federal income tax. Live within your means. Maintaining a simple lifestyle and living within your income is crucial, even if the dollar goes far in the Philippines. Doing things at home, like cooking most meals, doing laundry, and cleaning, can save a lot. Inviting friends over instead of always dining out can also cut expenses. Explore local neighborhoods to find low cost supermarkets and ask locals about affordable places to shop and eat. Building a strong financial base abroad requires ongoing planning and adaptability. Define your financial goals clearly, whether it's early retirement, property investment, or securing your family's future, as these will influence your financial decisions. List all assets, debts, income, and expenses in each currency. Create an expat budget that includes specific costs like housing, healthcare, and travel home. Set up international bank accounts and efficient methods for currency exchange. Focus on setting up essential aspects first, like opening bank accounts, finding housing, and understanding local money rules. In the first 1 to 3 years, manage your cash flow carefully, minimize taxes, and decide whether to keep some funds in your home country. After 3 plus years, work on building long term wealth through smart investments and retirement planning, considering how different countries' regulations affect your finances. When moving back home, plan for repatriating money, updating tax residency status, and reconnecting with your home country's financial system. Running out of money in the Philippines as an expat is frightening. Adding children to the situation makes it a life changing crisis, but it is not the end. By securing immediate survival, communicating with the Filipina and her family, seeking community support, exploring financial recovery, and planning long term, it is possible to recover. The way forward requires humility, discipline, and sacrifice. For some, that means staying and scraping by until new income sources develop. For others, it means temporarily returning home to rebuild. The most important thing is not abandoning responsibility but finding a way, however imperfect, to secure the children's future. The lesson here is clear. In the Philippines, money problems can worsen quickly. But with decisive action and humility, recovery is possible. An expat who loses wealth is not automatically a failure, but an expat who abandons his family, pridefully hides his struggles, or turns to harmful habits will ensure failure. Ultimately, survival, recovery, and dignity are attainable if the expat is willing to act decisively and responsibly. All right, guys, that is all for today's show. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.